Okay. Hello? Am I here now? For real? I think it's my audio sources were different. Hopefully it's working now. If it changes instantly. There might still be a delay as well. Everything's just going so well. What a great start. This is just the best streaming experience. It's delayed by like a minute or two. YouTube is dying too. Stream is. Maybe I'll just play the game. All right. Let's just. I'm just gonna do stuff, and maybe in like an hour, everything will work fine. You guys can watch low FPS. And I don't even know if you can hear me. Maybe I'm still muted. OBS says I'm not. Okay. But the game is also lagging for me. Oh, no, it's just lagging because it is. I can't even do anything about that. I don't even know if we can have a conversation right now. I don't know if you can hear what I'm saying, if it's gonna cut out for like a minute. Is it delayed by like a minute still? Maybe we don't even. It's great. I like streaming. It always works. Mm-hmm. There's never any problems at all. I don't want to. I don't want to talk to you. Oh my goodness. I just look over at OBS and 2,000 dropped frames. It was at like 10,000 earlier, where I reset it. Oh wait, I can't do this anymore. There we go. Don't worry about spoilers. I imagine that anyone here has already played the DLC. And if you're watching for whatever reason, go play the DLC first, or maybe you actually wait like a few weeks or 6 months. That's maybe my biggest recommendation. If you're like on the fence about getting the DLC, maybe give it like 6 months. Hello. Welcome to the worst stream. know, let's grab the pearl up here. Partway through, okay. We might talk about, you know what, for now, for a little bit, let's not talk about any spoilers that are like super major. Like no ending stuff. Batman dies at the end. Damn, I can't believe you do that. I'm still looking at OBS and it says that it's really bad. Is it just like low frame rate? Even though I already lowered the frame rate more than normal. Guys, you know what's really cool? You know what's so cool? Look at this water. Look. There's like different levels of water, right? There's water here, and you go down, and there's more water here. Isn't that crazy? I think this is like the only room. Well, no, that's not true. There's a few rooms that had this kind of effect, but not like so many steps of it. "20 FPS? Well, it's probably lower than that. Because the stream is supposed to be 24 FPS. And it's at like half the bitrate it should be. And buffering, yeah, that's the fun part. So we're gonna do this segments. Him exploding. I'll just put that there. Or no. It's just dead. Oh, it's catching up 7. No, it's going back down. I'm just getting echoes. You know what's happening right now. Where do I want to go? I think I want to go. Yeah. Equal to quality of the DLC. Oh yeah. Yeah, it might get fixed later. Oh, that lizard. It's actually crazy. I don't know how much I can say. If you guys can even hear me, or if it's like just on permanent frozenness, or if it's like delayed by another minute or so. My download speed is like absurdly fast. I have crazy download speed. Upload speed is like 3 right now. It might even be like lower than that. Oh, this guy is not interested. Eastside didn't work. What universe are we living in? Okay, how about we do a little experiment? I'm gonna say a number, and when I say that number, I want you to type that number in the chat. And then I will say when I see you guys typing numbers in the chat, alright? 22. Nothing yet. Oh, I don't need food. Still waiting. ... Planning to the stream being delayed, but I was talking about that. I need more karma. This is like that one XQC clip. Maybe changing YouTube to low latency would do something. I don't know, but like I think Twitch is also delayed. $22. You're saying it now. Wow, that took some time. Okay, so it's like 2 minutes. Goodness, and it's gonna take even longer for you guys to hear this. Sometimes when the stream was delayed like this, it would catch up after a while, but you know, you guys aren't missing anything, right? We're in shaded. We've seen shaded before. We've seen industrial. Hopefully, in like the 30 minutes that it takes to finish this bit, my internet will remember how to work. We're at 10,000 dropped frames again. Very cool. Oh, there's the Twitch message. Is Twitch even more delayed? Goodness. Because I just saw the message on, or the number on YouTube, but Twitch came in late. This is a very unique kind of stream. Maybe this is like a new trend. I'll catch on eventually. You know. I mean, we don't usually need to predict like what's gonna happen in like 2 minutes. So you know, maybe I'm still in industrial from your guys' perspective, and by the time I'm talking about this, you know, I'm gonna be like at the Echo already. Hello, welcome to the stream, but also... it's delayed. I can't actually... Oh, I'm not glowing right now. Let's take the top path. $99 ping? Yeah, that's what we're doing right now. We're still dropping frames. So I assume that as long as we're dropping frames, it's gonna get more and more delayed. So maybe it's just gonna get worse than this. By the time I like 2 hours into the stream, it's gonna be like it really is gonna be a 15-minute delay. I see you guys sharing ratings of the DLC. Let's talk about that when we can have a conversation. Because I want to respond to comments, and I can't do that right now. I get my pigeon mail. That might be what's happening, actually. Like, oh, here's your next. The pigeon has arrived. Here's the next like 3 minutes of stream. Oh, there's a spider there. You know, actually, what I should talk about right now is what I'm doing. You know, me excited to play new DLC for Rainworld, my favorite game. I've waited 2 years for this. Well, I didn't really spend 2 years waiting. Like, I waited like 6 months for this. I'm like, I want to what's gonna happen. What are the new areas? What are this and that? And here I am in Shaded Citadel with nothing really being all that different. I mean, not yet, of course. And it's been 13 minutes. And it's gonna take another like 20 minutes. I mean, if I was like speedrunning, it would take only like 10 minutes. But we're taking it a little bit slow. Whoops. Oh. Also, it's funny to be this dark in this region. Yeah, I am really just a pair of eyes. But I know how to get around. I think it's cool. It's a cool, like, oh, this is like so normal, like nothing is happening. Well, what's going on? And then like a bunch of stuff happens, and it's like, oh, you know, stuff is happening. I don't know a better way to describe it. It's subvert your expectations, because at first you're like, what? I'm in industrial, and then you're like, oh, I'm not gonna be in industrial, you know. Hello, Echo. You know they have unique dialogue for leaving? Look, it's too stupid to even pay attention. How about flashbang? Just catched up. You're not in Shaded right now. Or, yeah, you probably see me in Shaded, but I'm at the Echo. Which means by the time you see me at the Echo, I'm gonna be at the next Echo. Surviving with hunter spawns. I don't think it's a big deal. I think people who are playing this DLC are much better at the game. Hold on, is it actually caught up? Oh shoot, it's catching up. It's not that far behind now. I'll do the number test in a little bit, but I think I can tell that it's getting better. What was I just saying? Oh yeah, I think players I've probably like completed Downpour at this point. Maybe some people have you know, only like just completed Downpour, or maybe they just did like, because I guess I've spent like a lot more time replaying Downpour and base game. That's like hunter spawns, they're not that bad. I can deal with hunter spawns, just like be careful of like this one red that's really easy to avoid in this room. I think the biggest problem with this segment is that if I don't need to eat food. One for speedruns, but I guess like next to speedruns, it's just replaying the game in general. If I've just completed, I think I've heard that actually a lot of people really enjoy second playthroughs of Rainworld. Or like second, third, you know, just replaying the game in general is like usually what they enjoy about the game. Having to go through the segments, which is at this point much less valuable because there's no surprise, right? It's not like, oh wow, I'm in industrial and oh the echoes and this and that, right? That doesn't happen anymore. You know what's gonna happen, and you're just stuck in industrial for like 20 minutes, right? And all you want to do is get to the new regions and start exploring. That's the main problem. What I think would be a really nice solution is either an option before starting the campaign, be able to select your starting region, which is the same effect of which echo you decide to go to. Or there's a secret echolocation, maybe in like industrial, in like some weird corner of the map, or like a new like hidden pipe or something like that. A sneaky echolocation that's like, oh hey, you found me. Let's just get straight to, you know, and it just sends you to like a coral cave or something. That would be just so nice. I really would like that to happen. I think, yeah, it benefits speedrunners, obviously, to make the run shorter. But it's just boring to have to like redo this segment of the game, because we've climbed from industrial to like chimney like 5 times throughout all of like. You might do it as survivor, you might do it as hunter, you might you do it as gourmand, you do it as rivulet, you do it as artificer. You do it as Spearmaster, and then you don't do it as Saint, but like, most campaigns, you're likely to take this route. So you get here and it's like, oh, time to do it again. Except I don't have any like crazy abilities. Not yet. And it is cool to see the rot spread. Like this room is a purple now. It's like, wow, the world is getting messed up, and it doesn't make sense because, you know, Pebbles is the one that has the rot, right? I don't know. The mystery's lost on repeat playthroughs, and it just becomes repetitive. So a way to skip this whole segment and get straight into the new regions would be a really nice quality of life feature, but only on repeat playthroughs. I mean, it wouldn't even be that bad if some small percentage of new players accidentally stumbled into the regions a little bit faster. I don't think that would really be that awful. Yes, I am pretty sure that is roughly what happened. The Watcher is unfinished. They did manage to get endings in there, but a lot of like play testing, quality of life stuff, and extra little bits of content like arena unlocks and stuff, I don't think they took the time to like even bother with it, right? How do you know I haven't found any secret echoes in industrial? I guess not. Maybe. Maybe if we go to like garbage wastes. I'm pretty sure that wherever anyone tries to go, it's just blocked off by rot. Outside of the like paths directed to the echoes. Oh, Bear Race sucks right now. Yep. Well, they'll never get better. Shouldn't be buffering anymore. Close the spear. I think... Can I talk right now? Shoot. Ah, yeah, it's a little bit more delayed again. It's like every time it buffers, it goes back for as long as it buffers. Shoot. But there's a few sequences in this DLC where it goes on. It's like, it could have just ended the first time it happened, but you have to repeat it a few times. And then stuff happens. And it's like, well, you could have just made it a one-time journey, right? $40, but like 40 minutes. And that's like, if you know where you're going, if you don't die to creatures a whole lot. Well, that's not true. That's like 20 minutes. So maybe you're still taking your time a little bit. Oh, bitrate is higher. And it dropped again. Never mind. It's a real roller coaster. Maybe I should check OBS. What do you have to say about this situation, man? Where is... Okay, every single dropped frame is because of my internet. There are no other problems. Thank you, internet. You're so functional. Right when I stream again, first time in a week. Well, a little bit longer than a week actually. Exploded. King Vulture going for a scavenger instead of me. Never ever seen before. Oh, was that scavenger dead anyway? I didn't save it. $19 people are watching this broken stream. What are you guys doing? Oh man. Like the whole intro in the base world serves no purpose. The purpose is to be a shoot, I don't know the name for it. It's supposed to like because I'm sure a lot of people were expecting new regions, and they enter industrial and like, what? This is a new area. We're back in industrial, and then they get an echo and they're like, oh, there is new stuff. These echoes are messed up, right? Or I guess this echo, singular. I think that if it just dropped you right into Coral Caves, really what would make maybe more sense is if you were dropped onto like a linear path to one echo. And like every time you try to take a different path that is blocked by rot, you make it to the echo and it's like, oh, let me something. The dialogue doesn't really make sense, but like here you go, and you get sent to the new area, right? Tried to go to Pipe Yard, that's what you deserve. I'm trying to go to Pipe Yard on purpose. Eaten by the rot. Forever where and forever when. Sucks you into Portal. I don't know how much do I... Oh, pay rate, please. How much do I talk about my first playthrough? Because I recorded it all. And hopefully, eventually, I will... Whoa, zoomies. That still happens. I will upload a video of my first playthrough eventually, but I am very low at editing. Downpour, I think Downpour had an opposite experience. Downpour actually had a really positive reception at first, and then people started to be like, hey, I actually have a lot of problems with Downpour, this and that, right? But that's how it felt more to me. Like, a lot of, like, casual players really enjoyed Downpour, and it was, like, the people who stuck with the game for a long time who ended up having a lot of problems with it. Like this stream, for example. This is actually possible, because this pipe is hidden. I'm not a huge fan of this, but I've actually kind of get used to looking for the structure, so it's not horrible. Maybe that's what the purpose of this area is, to be like, oh, I can't go this way, there's not a path up there, and then you get used to it, and then it becomes a shortcut later. Because you do know that there's a path there. That was awful. Also awful. Murderer. Right, sick of base game map. I mean, it would have been that bad to just have some introduction in some random other region. But I guess the point is that these are, you know, the Watcher, the Slugcat, they are just another Slugcat, just another one in the group, alongside like Survivor and whatever. And they were pulled into this world out of their control. It wasn't like they just live here. This is not just a Slugcat that just lives in this area. It's like we're in a different area now. This is not my first playthrough. You may notice because I have no reaction to anything that's happened so far. And the map is already filled out, which is very useful because I did not know that echo or that shelter is there. Ow. Well, I actually knew the shelter is here, but I forgot this exact location relative to where I was. Ow. I recorded my first playthrough in its entirety, and I'm trying to edit it into a video, but it's gonna take a while. So hopefully you guys don't mind if it releases like in 2 months. Stream, please. Please work for once. Oh, hold up, it's not that delayed. Hold up, okay, I'm gonna say a number again. 7. Thank you for the tutorial. 7, okay, it's not horribly delayed. It's like 10 seconds. This is functional enough. It's probably still like stuttering a bit. We can work with it. So I can finally start talking about a few things, hopefully. But if it starts like buffering, do tell me. I think it is impossible to make more official Rainworld content that everyone will enjoy. And even base Rainworld, not everyone enjoyed. Rainworld is a huge filter, where a bunch of people play the game and they're like, nope, this game sucks. And they leave and they never come back. And maybe they do come back and they leave and they come back again and then they enjoy it, right? So all the Rainworld fans, and even like Rainworld and Downpour, I kind of split between like, oh, you know, some people don't like Downpour and they don't like playing it. Some people enjoy Downpour a lot more and they think it's peak. It's just impossible to please everyone, especially with whatever expectations people have for the DLC. Like, I want to explore a completely new area, or I want to have fun abilities, or I want to expand the lore. I want to get answers to my questions about like Slip of Straw or about like Pebbles and stuff. I've heard so many opinions. so much discussion about people's feelings on this DLC. And so many people have different problems, but I think a lot of the biggest problems that people share are just quality of life stuff. Just a handful of changes. Okay, you're a little bit late. Maybe refresh the stream and see if you can catch up. Or fast forward on YouTube. But so many... Oh, wait. There's like multiple... Okay, some people are more delayed than others. That's interesting. A decent chunk of quality of life changes. Okay, maybe you try to say this in a better way. Stream is better. It's green. It's green for the first time today. My bitrate. Okay, I'll refresh the stream if it's still delayed. I'll wait a little bit. Uh-oh. Okay. It's one of these moments. Do I have an item? Of course not. We are so back. Maybe. Oh, it's red again. It's all over. There's literally no items at all in this area. I will share my rough experience with this DLC. The first... I don't know how long it was exactly. The first few hours were like peak. I really enjoyed the start of my playthrough. It was just like back-to-back new regions, new creatures, new like interactions with things that I was discovering. That's like pure Rain World, just great. That was a really great time. Then it kind of stumbles a little bit. I got stuck in some of the slower regions, some of like the larger ones, like Cold Storage is an absolutely massive region with like 7 connections. I spent a lot of time like doing this exact process where I'd look at the map and be like, is there one pipe that I haven't gone through? And of course I have to wait for it to fade in. So I'm like, oh yeah, I did explore this area. Oh, have I gone into this pipe? Oh yeah, I did. Just doing that for like an hour maybe. And mostly in the process of looking for the last few echo locations that I needed. Okay, we can finally pass. Don't drown or die to leeches. Let's go. So here's the explosive spear. Munch. And they only give you 1 food pip for all of the pain and suffering they've caused. Hold on, there's a shelter here, right? No, not at all. It's completely incorrect. Snails, thank you. So, I think these guys are called barnacles, actually. Okay, there's a shelter over here. So the first few hours were a really great experience. Next few hours were a little bit iffy because I was just kind of like lost in some like really massive regions trying to find like the way forward, but I think I was still enjoying myself. And the ending was really good. I really liked the first ending. Then I kept playing. I discovered some of the regions that I missed out because there were some regions that I still had not discovered. And that was fun. But everything past that point, specifically based around the second ending, that was not a great experience. And I think this is one of my biggest critiques of this DLC. Base game stuff is really good and just needs a few more quality of life changes to be great. Second ending literally is like the worst thing in this game so far. I don't know how many of you guys are aware of the second ending, so let's get into more spoiler territory, I think. So if you are not aware of the second ending, it's not worth it. Don't even like bother, actually. It's maybe just like you don't even need to like avoid spoilers. It's not worth it. I can't believe the second ending is in the game. And I feel like its existence ruins the experience for a lot of people who are only focusing on the first ending. Because it's a huge grind. It's the main problem. Okay, but some people are leaving. So yeah, there will be more spoiler stuff. Okay, I'm gonna talk about it now. Second ending requires that you spread the rot. So on the map, actually, we can look the map right now. Even though I only have one region. By the way, when I'm saying ending, when I'm saying second ending, I don't mean like the ending cutscene at the end. That's actually pretty cool. What I mean specifically is the process. So it's actually already purple. I guess because the farm raise was rotted, right? So technically farm raise is a rot region. I went through the portal and I spread the rot to coral caves. There's the process where by going through new portals and creating portals yourself, you can spread the rots to other regions and also make the outline purple. And once you spread the rots to every region, you can go visit that one guy in that one area, and that's the ending. Trying to figure out the fact that rotted regions exist, the fact that you can spread it yourself, and that your goal is to spread it to every region, and then actually doing that of trying to spread the rots to every region and working around the random nature of the creating portals, that just takes a long time, and it's really boring and repetitive. And I ended up spending a decent amount of that time just camping in a few regions, eating caramel flower, creating portal. Oh, I went to the wrong region, time to go back and repeat the process. It's just not great. And I am so surprised that that's actually the process that you have to do to get the ending. They really put that in the game, where every other ending is just, oh, get to the iterator and then do this, or get to this location, or get to the void sea, or, you know. This one is like, create like 20 portals going to random regions, and eventually you get lucky and you get sent to the region that, like the last region that you need to rot. And then you need to walk all the way through Outer Rim again. That takes like 20 minutes. It's not that long. But it takes a while. You have to climb up the throne. You have to climb up that room like 20 times. Well, that's not true, but I climbed up a lot. I climbed up that room a lot. Like a completionist type ending. I think that's part of the problem. If it was just kind of a secret ending, like hidden to the side, and it's like, oh yeah, completionists could do this, but it's not actually like intended for the experience. Sure, maybe, but a lot of people came into this DLC thinking, I'm going to do everything. I'm going to get all the endings. I'm going to do everything I can. And then we're going to, like, because we're avoiding spoilers, right? You want to do as much as you can. So I think, you know, maybe it's guaranteed that it sends you to a non-rotted region, but that's not my experience. My experience was getting sent to, like, signal spires, like, 6 times in a row. I went back to that region a lot. I went back to, some other region. I went back to the same regions a lot. So maybe I was doing it wrong, which, you know, I didn't really understand, and that kind of just, like, led to the frustration and how long it took. But yeah, a lot of people went into DLC like, I'm going to do everything. And we assume that means go and find all the points of interest, and then that just kind of gets you the ending by default. But this is not that anymore. This is find the points of interest, and then go on a, like, you know, several hour-long side quest, and then come back. And also, a lot of people have an experience where they are looking for echoes. That is their main priority. The only way that they want to progress is to find echoes. And what happens is they, at some point, they're like, hey, I wonder what happens if I create a portal with no caramel flower. And then they get sidetracked for like several hours in Outer Rim. Maybe they died to the platforming, so they have to repeat the section several times. They finally escape to a random portal, die, have to do it all again. And then they're back in the main world, and they're like, shoot, I guess I'm looking for echoes again. Was that just a huge waste of time? So the fact that the second ending exists kind of sabotages some people's experience in trying to get the first ending, right? I honestly kind of like the idea of just separating it completely into 2 different campaigns and just having here's the Watcher character. They have an interaction with this Echo, and they try to visit the Echo several times, and that's the story. And then you have this other character that is like more mysterious and more like evil, maybe. Maybe there's some greater plan involved, and your goal is to spread the rots. And that is the only thing that you're focusing on. And maybe there's like some mechanics that make that an easier process to do, right? Oh, I can't take this path. Thank you, One Ways. Honestly, I don't think I'd mind that. Oh, he was injured. Just having all the rot stuff just be a completely separate ending. Or if the rot ending was way, way shorter, so that the only thing that you needed to do to complete it would be to like visit the throne, or maybe also visiting Unfortunate Evolution. Some combination of those two regions being the only things that you have to do to get the ending, that would also be great. Because it also means that you can skip all the Echo stuff and actually end up being a shorter ending. That would be really nice. Because both endings in this DLC are probably longer than any other ending, except for maybe Saints. Right? I don't actually need this Karma Flower. You know, I've known people spend a lot of time on this campaign. And it'd be really nice if there's just some like really short, like any percent type ending, you know? That's like kind of the bad ending too, because like, why do you want to spread the rots, right? Why is that like the ending that's like the ending that's harder to get? Usually that's like the true ending, right? You want to spend more time getting the good ending, right? But instead we're spreading the rots everywhere. And maybe it leads to Ascension. I'm not sure of what the interpretation is there. Anyway, I don't really like second ending. Hopefully they change it. I don't think they're going to change it, but hopefully they add another ending that's also good. I was looking for a Squid Kata, but they flew up into the sky. They still haven't fixed that bug. I'm not even going to try. It's meant to be tedious and boring. But it's so incredibly obvious in Undertale that you're doing the wrong thing. More than any other RPG, it's like, hey, you're like killing people. Stop doing that. And you're like, nope, I'm gonna do it because I want to see every ending. I don't know. I guess I haven't experienced Undertale myself. I've not done the genocide ending. But I think that it being really frustrating, not really frustrating, just it being boring and taking a long time is like one of the strengths of the genocide ending. So I guess I should apply the same thing here. It's slow and tedious because you're not supposed to be doing it. But I don't know. People are completionists. We, you know, are excited about new DLC. And Genocide is like a side ending to like 2 other really good endings in Undertale, right? You do the neutral ending, and then you're like, I want to play again and get the true ending. And it's like, then people are like pretty satisfied with their experience with the game. I definitely was. And it's the crazy people who are like, let's go kill everyone, right? And people pretty much never ever accidentally do the genocide stuff before beating the game several times, right? Anyway, I don't want to talk about that anymore. It was the worst part of the DLC for me. But I want to be positive today, okay? Can I go and get the... Actually, I kind of want to take this route. This is kind of a hidden path you can take if you can get a Squid Kata or an Explosive Spear. Squid Katas, please don't fly into space this time. Okay, if there's a white Squid Kata... Well, actually, no. You're enough. Come back. It kind of makes me a bit sad that some people's experience with the DLC is getting stuck in Outer Rim for several hours, because I know that definitely some people have had that experience. It's gonna go after the Squidcada. No, I need that guy. Did the other one escape? I should have thrown a rocket or something. It's buffering again. Let's go. We love internet. Internet always works so well. My internet specifically. There we go. Turns out the pigeon's out again. Okay. Who put the hardest platforming in the game in a place that leads nowhere? This is my biggest question about the DLC. Actually, no. It's one of the like top 5 questions. On the far right side. Actually, hold on. Can I do this? Actually, I don't think I can. Hold on. This will take a moment. Okay, can you see this? Here's the interactive map for the Watcher. It's kind of broken right now. Like this room is like duplicated. A lot of rooms are like this. Let's go. I guess spoilers again, but it's like kind of minor. Let's go to Outer Rim, and let's go over here, right? So I've noticed that when you get sent to Outer Rim, you're usually in this area, or no, you're usually in this area, right? This is called Start. So you get sent to this room, and this is a dead end. So you naturally decide to go left. Actually, it's like the only way to go. Like if you can make it up here somehow, you can go left, right, or right. Goodness. But normally you're gonna go left, and you go over here, and you do all this stuff. That's cool. That's how you get out of there. Or you can go this way. And on occasion, I got sent over here for some reason. What is this? What is the purpose of this area? Genuine question to the developers. Please answer. Please DM me the answer, actually, directly. I want to have a conversation with you. Anyway, what is this? You know what this is? This is a place with very limited amount of food. You actually like have to eat a lot of like rotted fruit and there's like one rotted popcorn plant somewhere. A pretty limited supply of food. A handful of shelters. You finally make it all the way over here. And you know what is here? You know what you find here? Is it buffering? I'm kind of in the middle of something. But you know what you find all the way over here? A portal that sends you here. Actually, I think it's this room specifically. Like, what? You go all the way over here just to get sent back here. Like, for what? For why? For, like... There is a portal here that requires max karma. And it sends you to Damon, I think. So I think really what this is a loop. You go on a loop, you get food, you get karma, and then you escape. Why is this in the game? This is like pretty difficult platforming. It takes a long time. This room, is this room? This room on the map connects with another room. I think these two rooms on the in-game map, they look the same. So you're like, oh, let me just go down, and you die, and you have to like farm karma again. I know at least several people have done that. I don't know. It's just, and the fun part for me from my experience with the game, is that right as I finished rotting all the regions, sorry, ending spoilers again. Whoops. Sorry, maybe just expect spoilers in general. I'm sorry. But right as I finished running all the regions, I was like, oh, let me just create a portal without a Karmatar so I can get back to the throne. And I got sent over there. So I was doomed to this loop for like 30 minutes. Just to accomplish nothing. And I had to go all the way back to the throne anyway, later. And then I got the ending, and I was like, man, this ending is kind of cool, but I'm so tired of this game. I, you know, was not in the states to receive that ending. Anyway, let's be positive again. Ow. Ow. Snails are still here. Honestly, perhaps I treated you too harshly, snails. Let's go here. You want to get the right ending? Send him to right outer rim. So real. Okay, here we are in Turbulent Pump. This is it's kind of secret connection. No greats. Please move on. Stuck in a cycle. A repeating pattern. How do you know I'm here? Like the most perceptive Cyan Lizard. Yeah, Outer Rim. Outer Rim would be such a cool ending area. Right? I guess it is an ending area, but if you received the ending like 6 hours earlier. Like, oh wow, look at this cool region with no creatures and like a cool environment to look at. And you get to the end and you get the ending, right? It kind of makes sense. Just from that. But nope. We are not doing that. Oh, that's fun. Hold on. I guess just go this way. Oh, I saw this in a screenshot. It's gonna actually happen. Poor Leviathan. I guess this cave is big enough to fit a Leviathan, but then they get sucked in, but they can't fit through. But there aren't useless regions. Every region goes somewhere. At least. That's like the bare minimum, right? That you can go from one region to another, right? And it's like the visuals are cool. Like the backgrounds are really intriguing. With like the large like circular structures, the large like the green like star looking things floating in the sky. It's a cool area. But I spent way too much time in there. It legitimately like I'm actually maybe more patient with this game. And also I like dead ends. I know the amount of dead ends in this DLC, some people complain about that. Oh, I just went backwards. Oh, okay. A lot of people complain about the dead ends in this DLC. I don't mind. Most dead ends have food. They have like a karma flower. They have something there to get, right? Ow. Thank you. Thank you for that. Oh, yeah, do it again. But like, imagine if like half of a region is just like pointless. Extremely Rain World. Yeah, that's an experience that some people have with the game, I guess, but... And the platforming is good, too. That's the other problem. I actually enjoyed the platforming on the right side outer rim. It's, like, challenging. I think it expects that you to have the floats, maybe. Although that doesn't really make sense. I'm not sure. It's, like, kind of fun platforming. Like, a bit more challenging than normal. But I did repeat it, like, 3 times. Like, depths, I don't like the depths. Oh, I can't go this way either. The depths is really cool for the ending, and it is the ending. You go to the depths and you're like, wow, this is really interesting. And then the game ends, right? Path of Pain is like one of the more significant story moments in Hollow Knight. I think Path of Pain is the explanation for why the Hollow Knight is an imperfect vessel, right? Or am I interpreting the story incorrectly? The stream does have a low frame rate. My internet sucks. Do I need to bring that back? There we go. Sorry, Hollow Knight discussion time. So the radiance, the infection, the radiance infection, it feeds on the mind, right? And dreams. And that's like part of what the climb sequence in Hollow Knight is. It's but what is it like? No mind to think, no this to that. And that's why the vessels were born in the void, so that they were empty vessels that could contain the infection. Oh my goodness. Just throw items at them. There we go. But that like moment after beating Path of Pain, there's like a moment of connection between the Hollow Knight and the Pale King, and that is why the infection... Oh wait, did I just go in a circle for no reason? That is why the infection is leaking out. So Path of Pain kind of explains why everything is happening in the story, right? Just in a kind of short and subtle way. But it's also just, you only have to do it once. It's pretty fun platforming. And does technically lead to an area of story significance. So yeah, Path of Pain is good. But I just don't want to talk. I don't want to spend too much time. Maybe I'm over exaggerating it a little bit. I did do the outer rim stuff at the very end of also a very repetitive process. Vertical area, by the way. I like this region. Except for the crowds, but that's kind of a given. They're just a force of nature, really. This room in particular, I actually really like this room. It's a big puzzle. Because your goal is to get over there, but the only way to get over there is to come from above or to go through this, or no, you can't go underwater, right? There's a wall in the way. So you need to come in from above. So you have to like analyze the whole room to see like which paths you need to take to get there. And you'll notice these pipes exit in this top area, right? So how do I get to those pipes? And you trace the path of the pipes, and you see this one just goes this way, but this one, okay, how do I get to this pipe? Oh, I need to enter the water from here. You go back to this area, and you enter the water from that side, right? The only problem is that sometimes it's the path is, yeah, the path looks like this. These guys might get in your way. So yeah, I actually like this room. I like the water currents. I like the color palette. I've been blasted like 10 times. Okay, I'm sorry. I said I was gonna be positive, but my other problem with this DLC, some regions are too big. Mainly, Aether Ridge and Cold Storage are just too massive. I said it. Those regions are too big. The average region in this DLC is moderately sized and has like 3 connections. Okay? And usually one of those connections is an echo. Outer Rim is also too massive. We've talked about that too much already. And what happens is I notice people have an experience where they enter a region and they're like, oh, a new region. Let's explore this region. And they explore it for some amount of time. They find an echo, where they find a portal out, and they're like, okay, I'm done with that region. So if they've done that with Aether Ridge, they go through Aether Ridge, they explore, they find a portal, maybe they find another portal. It's like, okay, I've explored this area. Let's move on to another one. And then they come back to Aether Ridge later from another portal, and they're like, well, shoot, I'm back here again, but I already explored this place, so all they want to do is leave. Even though Aether Ridge has like 3 more portals to explore. Right? It has more connections. There's more to do in that region, but it's so big that people are like, and that people don't realize that it's big at first. It's like, oh, I've already done this. I don't want to explore this region more. And plus, it's just like repetitive, right? You don't want to spend, even more time exploring the same place when there's so many new regions to explore. And the same thing happens in Cold Storage, which I think is a bigger problem because I think Cold Storage is more annoying to navigate. Maybe that's just me. Probably just personal preference. I don't really like Cold Storage. Hold on, I can do this. Okay. Wait, let's just cheat. Obviously, you can take the long route around. No, I don't need to shelter. Not yet. Regions are too small. I love the small regions. Although I do wish they were bigger. I like Sunlit Port. I wish it was a little bit bigger because it has a nice atmosphere. Like most regions are like totally moderately sized. They have a nice amount of connections, and then there's just these massive outliers. And maybe it'd be fine if they were like hub areas where it's like, oh, I'm in this hub area. I can like teleport to like a lot of other regions. But it's also the map is like the map is my next big complaint. Sorry, I'm trying to be positive. I don't like the map, and obviously when you're exploring, I mean, maybe I just use the map a lot, but I was constantly like looking at a region, being like, where do I want to go next, right? But it doesn't show up on the map. Portals. This has to be changed in a quality of life update. Maybe one of the biggest changes is, ow. Steam dislike cut. Biggest quality of life changes I want to see: portals showing up on the map. Because I forgot all the time. And there's already a mod. Yeah, I know there's a mod that fixes everything, but I don't like that. A lot of people are going to play the DLC with no mods, and that's going to be their experience. So it should really be changed. And yeah, you can install a bunch of mods to fix Rain World, right? You can use the camera scroll. You can use movement simplifier, whatever it's called. I forget. You can fix Rain World, but that's not the intended experience. What should be in the intended experience is these quality of life features, right? This orange scissors is always here. Maybe hold up. I've taken this route too many times. So it's in the speedrun. But let's go this way. Think about the console players. I actually have a theory. The reason the PC and console releases are, or the console release is delayed, is because this DLC did not get enough playtesting, and so we are the playtesters. Give it to the PC players. They will give feedback. There will be updates that will fix, well, mostly fix a lot of problems. And then it'll release on console, and they will have a great time. You could eat these. These guys are kind of weird. They don't really feel like creatures because they just kind of sit here, but they do stuff. This is a cool region. It's less of a region and more. We're chill. It's less of a region and more of a platforming challenge. This. Oh, it comes back. Okay. I've learned. This region kind of reminds me of Celeste. It's a region with a lot of like gimmicks. It has like the wind, the fans that push you around. It has the steam. It has the fire. It has these platforms that burn you. It's mainly focused on platforming challenges. This is a Celeste map. Well, I guess not Celeste specifically. It could be any. I guess you're just dead if you fall down there without a spear. Okay, that's cool. Wait, is there actually not a path? No, that's straight up just don't fall down there. You just die. Okay. It does kill you. Ah. The most horrid platforming challenge. I've heard that they've actually nerfed a lot of the platforming in Aether Ridge. Okay, no, you can't get over there. Right, because there's the pipe. But I kind of like to think of it as you're not in an ecosystem right now. Not really. I mean, there's a few creatures in here. There's like sand lizards, but sand lizards are very mobile, right? Whoops. Have patience. You're not in a place that creatures live. You just got teleported here, and you just have to deal with this, you know? And so you take your time. You like look at the platforms, and you know. You come up with a plan for how to navigate it. It's actually kind of fun platforming challenge. Whoops. Oh, that worked. Oh, the rock zapped us. Okay, this is one of the worst parts. If you fall down there, you're kind of dead. If you mess up this jump, it's really awkward to get out. There we go. What I like about the Watcher, everything else, everything else. Other than the complaints that I'm talking about, I like about this. This area, actually, I got here really late. Actually, all the regions that I'm going to now, I kind of explored late in my playthrough. Like heat ducks, but I think I went to heat ducks, I left immediately, and I didn't come back until way later. Oh, this is a shelter. I will take that. But I really did have a experience of like, you know, exploring new areas, finding new creatures, experimenting with the new creatures and the new items, and like trying to see what happens, and that was really great. All the creatures except for one are great, and we'll find those creatures. I want to find them. Like 10% of heat ducks. What about the locusts? We'll get there. We'll get to the locusts. Nah, I'll talk about it now. This jump is a little devious. I think it's like if you press up, you die here. If you space your bounce wrong, you die here. This jump is like really precise for some reason. Kind of like what happened there where I bonked my head. I like the locusts. They have some problems. Like they ignore your invisibility. I think that's intended. They're supposed to ignore invisibility, but not the max karma version of it. Ow. So hopefully you guys know when you get max karma, your invisibility changes and it becomes stronger basically. Locusts ignore that. They will still kill you. So that was annoying because I got there really late and I had max karma. Oh, hi. Hello. Okay, so this is the dead end. I think this is the Slime Lizard's den. So technically it's not a dead end, it's his house. And there are mushrooms there if you think mushrooms will help you. And it's also so short that it's not really a big deal. Oh, I'm alive. But yeah, I think I do like Badlands. You have to kind of change your the way you think about it. Because usually it's like, oh, I can just turn invisible and just avoid all the problems. But nope, you have to find some solution to deal with the locusts. But there's like 4 ways to avoid the locusts. You can stand underneath something, which, I mean, doesn't help you get anywhere, but it keeps you alive in some rooms. You can cover yourself in mud. You can get covered in goop by the goop lizards. I don't know what they're called. Well, they're like some type of lizard, but they cover you in like some sort of spit. That protects you. And what else protects you is spore puffs. And there's actually a scavenger merchant at the other side of the region that always gives you a spore puff, specifically to get past the locusts. So if you find out any of those solutions, you can navigate the region, right? Goop lizards. Where am I now? Oh shoot, I'm in... Where's this? Maybe I don't want to be here. Oh, I know where I am. This place. Right. But I can imagine, actually, it's quite frustrating. Let's say your only goal, you're like tunnel visioned on getting echoes, right? You're like, I need to explore and find echoes, right? That's your main goal. If you're in Badlands, the only way to get to an echo is to get past the rooms on the left. And on the left is a super long stretch of desert with no protection from the locusts, except for one lizard. And so if you can figure out the lizard gives you protection, then you're fine. You're fine, right? You also have to move kind of fast. If you don't find that, if you think the mud is the only thing that works, or if you don't even know about the mud, it's a very frustrating experience of like, I can't get past this, and it's the only way forward, right? Watching, so real. Welcome to the stream. I'm not doing a speedrun, right? By the way. I've kind of been taking my time. Salination. I don't like salination. I don't know why I took a route through the game that goes to like some regions that I don't like as much. Salination has a water problem. I think my main problem is that there's only so much bubbleweed, and you need bubbleweed to progress, right? If you run out of bubbleweed, you're just dead. So you only have a limited number of chances to explore, right? You can't take your time. You can't just like be like, oh, what's in this room? Oh, what's in this room? You can't look at the map. You're like, you just have to go. You have to get bubbleweed. You have to go, and wherever you end up is just where you end up, right? I have to fall all the way back down here. Also, these guys. There's like one shelter that has too many of those guys in it. The barnacles. I dropped one. Yeah, I always had a bubbleweed in my stomach. There were decent amount of situations where it's like, I just might get stuck underwater and this is my only way to get out. And yeah, there are a lot of bubbleweed. But it's still just, it's like a lot of time pressure. You have to be moving forward. I think I'm going to get to the Echo and leave as soon as possible. I think that is my goal. They need to nerf the barnacles. That's, I think, a completely necessary change. I haven't really said too much about them, but they've kind of spoken for themselves, you know. I think what I've heard maybe is that they're gonna change so that they have. If you stand close to them, they will run away. That might be the change that's made. Also, I think there should just be less of them. They kind of get spammed. Like, how many are over here? Like, what is this? Oh, I already have a bubbleweed. I think the change is going to be, if you stand next to them, they run away from you. So they kind of clear out the path for you, right? Shoot, I don't know where I'm going. Is it this way? Maybe. Also, oh shoot, what? Okay, I went the wrong way. There's, barnacles don't have any natural predators. At all. Like, nothing could kill them. They're, like, invulnerable to all damage. Which, like, kind of messes up the whole ecosystem thing, doesn't it? Shoot, I was supposed to take the other path. I'm just gonna do this. Yeah, they're literally an invasive species. They're like the rots. Some crazy person spread the barnacles everywhere, and we just have to deal with the consequences. Yeah, they're weak to explosions. What a surprise. You know what else is weak to explosions? Like everything. I'm so glad that I'm always carrying around explosives just to deal with these guys, right? So they just have no natural predators. They just multiply like crazy, and there's just no way to deal with them. And of course, they love just standing right in front of the one pipe they need to go through. It's like, oh, you know, I could progress, but there's this guy in the way, so we just gotta sit here and hope he moves at some day of the year. You can try throwing rocks at them, which mostly works. If there's a big group of them, it probably won't. If it's just one, then maybe. I think there's enough of a response to barnacles that they're gonna get changed. There's no way the devs completely ignore it. Although I think I heard that in playtesting, some people mentioned the particles and the devs did not want to change them at all. Which, maybe I'm making that up completely. Maybe not, I don't know. I think there's a handful of creature interactions that I'd like to see that I don't think really happen. Like the frog creatures, there's these like frog parasite things that latch onto you and leech your food. I like those creatures. I mean, they're not very fun to deal with, but it's cool that they exist. But they don't seem to latch onto anything else. Like, they feel like a threat to the player, but not a threat to any other creature. Like, it'd be cool if you occasionally saw a lizard with a frog on them. Like, oh, they have to deal with it too, you know? Locusts seem to ignore every single other creature other than the slugcat. That should be changed. Like, what if like the lizards like purposely roll down in mud to get across to get around the locust, right? That's like, oh, that's a really cool interaction, you know? Don't target lizards because they're cold-blooded. Okay, what about like vultures? What about scavengers? I think there's literally a scavenger. I'm checking the map. Hold on. I think there's literally a scavenger toll. Like, it's like in open daylight. Underneath a bunch of locusts. Is there? I don't know. Maybe I'm remembering this wrong. I'm pretty sure there's like a bunch of scavengers somewhere, and the locusts just ignore them. Hello. Like if Badlands, I think Badlands is a cool region, but it should just feel like the locusts are such an oppressive force that every single creature has to adapt to them. And the feeling that you would get in that region is that every single other creature is trying their hardest to avoid the locusts. Because they're just such an overwhelming threat. Oh shoot, we're here. Okay. Goodbye. Underfault. You know, let's pay visits to death. That's what I wanted to do because I was I had fatigue. So never mind. We're not going there. I had experience where I used a random teleport. I went to a region, I was like, oh, this is a cool area. I died. Dude, get the spider. Thank you for... Like, this is a cool area. I died, and I never returned there. Because the portal was random, of course. But I don't know. That's kind of an annoying situation. Because I really wanted to explore that region more. Because I immediately was met with like a few new creatures. But I just like I left and I couldn't come back. Oh, I really came back to the same exact room. Apparently this is like what's supposed to happen, but it's not what has happened in my experience. Or I just like never went back to the same room where I created the portal in the first place. Okay, I'm better now. I just need a shelter eventually. Also, I have no idea where I am. I'm in the surface. On the surface. This is another region that's like pretty cool, but it's maybe a little bit too big. Just a bit. Oh, I know where I am. I think part of why this happened some of these regions are modded regions, right? Actually, probably most of them. And these mods are standalone things. They're you know, their own experience, right? So like some mod developer spent a lot of time making these rooms, making this region. And a lot of people who play that mod are only going to have that mod. Their purpose is to download that mod and to check out the new region, right? And so it needs to be interesting enough on its own. So it's huge. A lot of these modded regions, or I think maybe, give me a moment. Maybe it's just Aetherbridge. It feels like, you know, it's big enough to be its own experience, right? But it's not that anymore. It is not its own experience anymore. It is part of a mod with like 20 other regions, right? So it's like I just like you, it's overwhelming. It's like I don't want to go to Aetherbridge. There's like 20 other regions I want to explore instead. You know. I think that there's enough regions. Oh, you opened the popcorn. Sure, like that. There's enough regions where they can be small. They're allowed to be small because there's so many of them. I already ate enough food. Being in the game. I have noticed by looking at the credits and like which people made which regions. One person, I think, shoot, I don't remember who. They made Desolate Tract. I remember. So go to the credits, look at who made Desolate Tract, and look at the other regions that they made. All of those are like really good regions. I noticed. So there's like some inconsistency in the quality of regions based on the creator. Or maybe that's just preference. Like, oh, I like the way this person creates regions, or I don't like the way this person creates regions. Shelter. Oh, this exact situation happened to me a while ago. 2 pink lizards blocking the path, but except I actually want to go into the shelter this time. Thank you guys for leaving quickly. I really want to go to Desolate Tract. I'm just kind of wandering around randomly. But I do want to go back to those regions. The stream is lagging. Thank you very much. Aetherbridge should not have been included in the DLC, not its entirety. I agree. Give the other regions a chance to shine. Because Aetherbridge has like 5 connections. And Cold Storage is a region that feels very similar to me. Cold Storage has like 6 connections. The surface is also a pretty large region. At least it's kind of unique in it being like cold. These two just can't make up with each other. Oh wait, this is not real. I didn't notice. I was so distracted by the lizards. I haven't been to Pentagon. I have been to every region. Actually, I'm purposely not remembering where to go. I knew that in Heat Ducks, I could have gone to the Echo that would send me to Stormy Coast. Yeah, there's an Echo that sends me to Stormy Coast. There. I don't want to go this way. But there's a certain Fetid Glen is cool. There's like it's a cool region, but there's two. Oh hi. Let's get back to that in a bit. Two problems with Fetid Glen. One, there are some platforms that are really hard to see. And my experience was kind of staring really closely at the screen, being like, is that a platform? Or is that just like part of the background? And looking at the map, like, oh, it is a platform. Jump to the platform, look at the map again, like, oh, where's the next platform? So yeah, there's an area with some like very like hard to see platform. I guess that's on purpose. I don't know. I don't think the challenge should be like trying to like see where the platforms are. The other problem is the lizards are cool, but if you stand too close to them for too long, I think if you touch them, you get poisoned like a minute later. And that poison lasts a really long time. So it's just really weird that there's that delay in interaction with the creature, and then like a minute later, the consequences, right? And the poison lasts for like the whole cycle. Excuse me. The poison lasts for a very long time. So you're just dealing with that because you touched the creature like 2 minutes ago, right? Kind of annoying. I feel like that could kind of just be removed. Because they already slow you down, right? They already have the mushroom effect. So I think that's enough, really. Should I be trying to go up here? Sure. Oh, here's a blizzard lizard. Or just a blizzard. Whatever you want to call them. I was so happy to see these creatures. They're maybe a little bit silly, a little bit exaggerated. I think they're hilarious. It's so funny that they're in the game. And they're actually not that hard to deal with. They're not like Miros birds, you know? Or Miros vultures. It's not like, why does this creature exist? It's like, I can't believe this creature exists. But also it's like not horrible. It's not horrible to deal with, you know? Hey, do your thing. See, they're not even that aggressive. Edge of Fetid Glen instantly died, never found it again. Yep. I don't like that can happen. Alright, see ya. You know what makes me sad? This looks like ice, right? I want to slide around in this room. There's like 3 rooms with ice in it. Why is it not slippery? Come on, man. It'd be so cool. Blizzard hater. Unfortunate. They are maybe a little bit exaggerated. Oh, can't go this way. Right, the wind does that. Like seeing a mythical creature. Yeah, there's only like 3 of them in like the whole game. That's not true. There's definitely more, but they're only in this region. Oh, is the stream delayed again? By the way, the stream in total has dropped 55,000 frames. And that was after I reset the stream because it dropped like 10,000 frames earlier. There's a vulture. Why are you here? He's struggling. They're in multiple regions. Where else are they in the world? They're in the surface. It feels weird to say that. They're on the surface. And where else? Battered Coast? Or Aether Ridge? I don't know. I actually know where I'm heading to right now, and I'm very happy about that. 10,000 frames? No, it's 50,000 dropped frames. Almost 57,000. Can we get to no? We're definitely gonna get 100,000 drop frames by the end of the stream if it just keeps doing this. Hopefully the stream is watchable. Also, my internet is like really good. It's supposed to be like 20 times better than it is right now. Oh, he remembered. Good job. It was like, oh, the internet like sucks. Let's just upgrade it, and surely that would fix all the problems. And now the internet is better some of the time. That's the main problem. It's like 90% of the time, internet is like totally perfect. It's great. It works. It's really fast. And like 10% of the time, and usually that's when I'm streaming, then it falls apart. and my upload speed specifically drops down to like 3 or even lower. We're in this region. I like this region. It's desolate, but that's the point. And it's very fun to move through. I have no food. Is that a problem? The next shelter is really far away, but oh, there's food right here. Don't mind that. All right, we're finally back to the cool regions. Sorry, the surface is fine. It's all right. I don't know what path to take. No, the other one. Artificial fields. If you look at the interactive map for this region, it's like one really long tunnel. And it doesn't feel like it, but like, actually, I don't know about this room. Maybe we're on top of it, actually. I don't know. But there's like a ceiling in the other rooms. It's kind of weird. It's this room. Hold on. Wait. Opportunity. There we go. I mean, you've got to do this in this room, right? And then those ledges up there prevent you from actually going up all the way. Oh, I could have eaten this too. So do you guys actually know how these work? These melons slash pomegranates? Oh, I'm holding a spear. I guess that doesn't work. There we go. For one food pip. Yeah, they're basically popcorn plants. They're a little bit harder to open. I guess they don't require a spear. Let's not take that path. Hi, centipede. Oops. Okay, that was an awful idea. You can E-slide under lizards, but not Ah, shoot, I really shouldn't have died. Or no, I did shelter. I forgot. It's a little bit of a big region, but I kind of don't mind. I'll eat the melon this time. I don't even need to bother with the egg bugs. And look at how many E-slides you can do. It's like the perfect region to E-slide. Hi, lizard. I remember a green lizard doing that specifically. That exact same pose. Munch. Okay, I'm pretty sure centipedes do use sight. That's kind of a misconception. But most creatures can also hear. I think some people forget. Just because the creature can't see you doesn't mean it doesn't know that you're there. So that they don't know as well. They don't know your exact position, right? But if you make too much noise, if you run around too much, they're gonna figure out where you are. And if you run directly into them, they're definitely gonna know, right? I think a lot of people make the mistake of becoming invisible and assuming they can just run past creatures, but you still have to be careful. Hi! And here's another portal. I forget where this goes. Rusted Rex, maybe? Maybe I want to turn there, I don't know. $64,000 dropped frames. Anyway, these guys are amazing. These creatures. And then the music that starts playing here as well. Oh, sorry. Oh, I didn't know they do that. They lunge at you. That's funny. I've literally never seen that. The problem with these guys, though, is that this is what happens 90% of the time. Yeah, centipedes can see you. I think they do just use vision, but it's like based on if you're moving or not. Or if you're crouching, they can barely detect you at all. These things are just so bizarre. I don't even have a name for them. I also feel like they're like almost about to float away. Like if the wind picks up a bit more, they're just gonna whoop off into space. Also, this room, it has a ceiling. So okay, now we're in this part of the map. I can actually fast both climb in one direction because of the wind. That's funny. But like, look, there's a ceiling up here. We're in one big tunnel that goes on for like half the region. It's just this one tunnel. Loaches? And now I'm on the ceiling. I feel like this region has like a really interesting lore reason for why it exists, and we just don't know. Also, actually, let's do some lore theorizing. Do you think that we are always in that all of these regions were created by the ancients, or that maybe some regions are like so far in the past or maybe future that's a different civilization completely? That is a theory that I've heard. Small centipede. Oh, I'm in this room. Like these are ancients. This is the ancients' language. Yes. They're called loaches? Okay, I definitely know the stream is delayed. Because I already said that. Ah. Why do you do this, internet? Why do you have to be awful? Also, in the backgrounds of some regions, we can see very large structures that are similar to like iterator cans, but they have a different shape. So maybe like every civilization in the past or future just creates, they just end up creating iterators in some form. Hello. Please move. Cute. That backflip just went backwards. I forget where this echo leads. Is it? Wait, is it this place again? Did I just go in a big loop? By the way, if you keep going, I probably don't have enough time, but if you go past this echo, there's like a sheer cliff. It just falls off instantly. Yep, we're back here. Okay, I mean, I don't think that's true. We still see a lot of similar creatures. You know, it's the same lizards. Actually, I think that kind of alone disproves it, right? Because the ancients had their own animals that then kind of went extinct and were replaced by purposed organisms, right? Actually, I know exactly what path to take. Let's speedrun for a little bit. I think that, you know, if there was a new civilization or an old civilization, it'd be a completely new set of creatures. So it's always ancients, probably. Although I guess in like Outer Rim, you don't see any other creatures, right? Signal Spires definitely though is still ancients. Please? Oh shoot. What? This can actually happen. I'm like completely stuck. I'm trying to... Okay, wow. Thank you. I do think... Oh, did the stream catch up? Where are we right now? That's the track still? I feel like the Watcher kind of supports the idea of there being like separate timelines. Kind of like the theories that people had about Artificer, or like when you die and come back, you're in your own timeline where you survive, but other people in their timeline see you just die like normal, right? Alternate timelines. I think there's a simpler explanation, which is just that there's different, like I guess, like cultural regions for the iterators. You know, like architecture in different countries is completely different, right? So maybe all ancients created iterators and worked towards the great problem, but they had preferences for how they wanted to design the iterators. So in this region, far away from pebbles, they all built them like pyramids. In this region, they all built them like donuts. In this region, they all built them like rectangles, you know? They're still iterators. They're still, you know, or maybe they're not even iterators, you know, maybe they have some different purpose. Although, I don't know, that feels kind of strange. To like build the same building repeatedly if it wasn't for the great problem. And in fact, I need to do like the same exact stream tomorrow and just hope that it's like functional. We can actually have like a discussion. maybe I'll just end the stream now. I just hope that it works better tomorrow. I don't know. Is Outer Rim definitely another world? What does that mean exactly? Another world, like not the same like planets equivalents? Or I don't know. I think it's just the same world. It's just very far away. Rip. Don't fall too far there. Because okay, second ending spoilers. The character that you talk to on the throne is probably an iterator. Either an iterator who purposely transformed themselves, or one that was infected by the rots, maybe like Pebbles. Um, because I think what the second ending is an iterator or an iterator-like structure attempting to solve the great problem to ascend everything by converting everything into the rot. Once all life and everything is converted into a single life form, then it's much easier to just ascend it all at once. And that is their solution, basically. Maybe this is a different timeline, and they just happen to have the same goals as the Ancients. Or they are just the Ancients. Just very far away. So far away that, you know, the rot just hasn't spread to Pebbles. Although it kind of has, because of unfortunate evolution, but, you know, then it gets confusing, and I feel like there is some timeline explanation going on there. Because it doesn't matter how far away you move from Pebbles grounds. Why is Farmraise and Chimney, why are those regions infected with the rots? What is going on there, right? So I think there is some weirdness going on. Really? There is some weirdness going on, but it's probably because of the Echo or the Rotworm or like these portals, right? Oh, sorry. Not a great time to come back, I guess. Oh, you fell down. Good job, you. You're finally not in the most inconvenient spot possible. Don't think the prince wants to send up? They literally say in their dialogue that that is what they're trying to do. Okay, why is a different world or different, well, I guess timeline maybe still makes sense, but why is a completely different world coincidentally have lizards and vultures and scavengers and stuff? Is that just how it is all the time? Did the portals spread these creatures to these areas? I guess that's a possibility. Yeah, maybe that is the case. But that does seem to be what they're trying to do. Spread the rot everywhere, and then whatever happens with the karma flowers. Maybe that's ascension, maybe that's not, so I don't know. So now we're in Stormy Coast. My goodness. The eggs. I don't want all these eggs, man. Get them out of here. Stormy Coast, by the way, is like the most like normal region in this whole DLC. Like, I want to look at the map for a second. First of all, what's wonderful is that none of these rooms are overlapping each other on the map, which is not true for every region. And there's like a normal amount of shelters. There's a shelter. And was there not a shelter down there? Oh wait, are there only 2 shelters? Wait, maybe I'm wrong about that. But there's a lot of food. There's quite a lot of food in these areas, and it is a fairly small region overall. And all of these ends are like portals or echoes or whatever. It's like such a reasonable region. It doesn't annoy me in a few minor ways. yeah, I don't know. You can keep playing the game after getting that ending. I feel like you shouldn't be able to. Like once you get the second ending, that's it. You know, everything is gone. I think that's kind of what it was implied to have happened, but you just keep playing and nothing is really that different. You know? Oh, the high lizards. How are you doing today? You can float now. How do you guys feel about the Watchers Slugcat themselves? And their abilities and such? So I feel like that is part of the DLC that no one really has any problems with at all. I personally am a fan. Because of a few reasons. One, it's not aggressive. You are not trying to hunt creatures, right? You are trying to avoid creatures. That is the point of the invisibility. Which I much prefer, just like thematically, over Downpour. Like, I preferred Rivulets and Saint more than like Artificer and Spearmaster, right? And the Watcher is another one of those characters. Although it's not mobility. It's not like you can do a backflip over every creature in the game, or you can just like hide on the ceiling, right? It's, you become invisible, but you still have to kind of be stealthy because if you're too loud, they're still gonna hear you. Oh, Boomerang. I saved your life, dude. The Boomerang was flying. I wanted to try that out. It just feels more fitting to be like you have to be stealthy, and becoming invisible really helps with that, right? And then the floats. So once you get enough karma, you start floating a little bit when you use your invisibility. And I think it is actually a really well handled ability. Because it's not completely overpowered like Artificer or Rivet or Saint. It's not like any of those characters. But it is still powerful, low. I think it being slow is actually really important. Because with the Artificer, yes, the double jump lets you cross gaps that you couldn't cross before. It's also just faster than normal movements, right? So what you end up doing as Artificer is just double jumping all the time. Same with the other, movement characters in Downpour. You're just constantly using your abilities to move faster. And it really makes traversal super easy. It makes avoiding creatures really easy. Makes combat easier. But, if you ever tried to like use the floats to escape from like a Cyan Lizard, you realize that it's too slow. You get caught really easily. So you can't use it to escape a lot of creature interactions. You can't use it to like traverse really quickly, but it does let you cross some gap. So it's a useful movement ability, but you're not constantly relying on it too much, right? You still use basic movement tech as like Survivor, basically. And I really enjoy that. I like Survivor movements. But also, since it takes some time to activate the ability, you don't want to use it all the time because it's a little bit slow, right? So it's like, can I fight this creature or should I just become invisible, right? There's some decision making there. Whoa, that's lightning. And also, it's a slow progression, right? Some people call this a Metroidvania. It has some elements. Mainly, it's just that you're, more so than any other campaign, you are getting stronger. I guess Saints as well, right? But Saints was like a very sudden, you suddenly became way more powerful. Whereas this is more like your float is getting slightly better, and then like at max karma, at the end of the game, you get a very But like the max level, the max karma ability, I actually really like that too. Because there's consequences, right? The void spawn try to eat you. I kind of feel like it's like what the echoes feel like being in this other realm. It's like other dimension separate from everything else. That is what the echoes are like all the time. They're like more extreme. And, you know, it kind of makes sense since this campaign is all about the echo. Where's the shelter? Shelter's right up there. It's very nice having a map that's already filled out. Max Karma feels weaker, but it's overpowered as hell. For like 3 minutes, I don't know how long the duration is exactly, but it's a very long time. You don't have any threats at all. Like, yes, I would like to not die for the next 3 minutes, guaranteed. And yeah, it has drawbacks. It's not just invincibility mode, it's leaving behind all physical things, essentially. I mean, not in like an ascension sense, but like you can't use items, you can't use food, you can't pick up karma flowers, you can't interact with creatures that might help you, right? Like Sweet Gata. You're trading all of that away for complete safety. I think that's a pretty good trade-off. And it lets you get past the barnacles. So I think it's guaranteed to be useful in those regions. Plus, you know, you need max karma, and there's so few things that require max karma that you might just want to die and just go down one karma level, and now you just have the old ability again. If you really want to. But if you do like the ability, then it gives you an incentive to actually stay at max karma. Anyway, we're in a really cool region right now. But I think I want to end the stream. Because the internet still has not recovered itself. Let me check the upload speed, actually. Oh, actually, download speed kind of sucks, too. Maybe because I'm streaming? I don't know. How much of an impact that has on it. Upload speed. 1.4. No, 1.3? 1.5? Ooh, it's going high. 1.8. Oh, no, not quite. 1.7. That's my upload speed right now. Oh, it's actually stopped buffering. That's funny. Maybe it realized, like, oh shoot, the upload speed really sucks. Let me try harder. Yeah, I think I want to end the stream. So that hopefully the stream works well. And we can actually explore this place fully. But I'm sorry for being negative. It's really hard to be positive. It's hard to not bring up all the small problems with this DLC, and that's kind of sad. But I can't really blame the developers, really. They just didn't have the time to polish everything to the level that it needed to be at. So hopefully over the next 6 months we can get to a point where we can say this DLC is like up there with the rest of I mean it already is in so many ways, you know. So like a decent chunk of the regions are just like so fascinating in terms of the environments and in terms of the creatures, right? But then you just like get to that one section where this happens and you know you get lost for a while, you can't find the echo, and you know this and that, whatever. It kind of brings it down. It's kind of sad that we can't say that it's, you know, perfect or anything, but I hope that it can get there, and I think that it can. It's definitely not, you know, not possible to save, but you know, even in its current state, it is enjoyable, you know. I mean, now with some experience, I know how to navigate the map for one. So, you know, that helps. I probably will enjoy it. Also, speedrunning is actually pretty good. The biggest problem with the speedrun, honestly, is Eighth Ridge. So Eighth Ridge has an echo, so it's the closest echo they can get to from the start of the game. But it has some really annoying platforming. Eighth Ridge is rough at the start of a run. Actually, not even the start of the run, after 20 minutes, because you have to get the first 3 echoes. Which also sucks for speedrunning, but hopefully that can be changed. Are you better than Downpour? I mean, I'm a certified Downpour has problems too kind of person, so I'm glad that we're in a new map. That definitely helps Downpour, or against, like, when comparing with Downpour. So that it had the old map, but I think that also Downpour having an old map actually helped it, right? Because a lot of players, they knew where to go. They knew how to get to Pebbles. They knew how to get to Moon. They knew how to navigate these areas. So Downpour actually made it a lot easier for a lot of players. Plus the Slugcat's abilities, right? So now that we're in a new map with, like, exploration and actually not, like, being lost, like, a lot of these Rainbow players are lost for the first time since they, like, played Survivor, right? And maybe even then they used maps, but there just, like, weren't any maps available for this DLC. So a lot of players were lost, and they realized that that's not a fun experience. Yeah, I think that the devs, James specifically, kind of wants this to be a sequel. It doesn't quite feel like it's there. Like, it's the same engine, same Slugcat. It's mostly, like, your base movements, and a lot of creatures are the same. There's still vultures. There's still scavengers. There's still, like, a ton of, like, blue lizards, white lizards, eel lizards. So I feel like a complete Rainworld sequel. I don't know if that'd be a sequel or, like, a spiritual successor, but I feel like it'd have to have an entirely new ecosystem. Plus, a connected world would help. I know some people have complained about the world feeling very disconnected. I kind of don't really have a problem with it. A ton of creatures they had no time to put in. So you're saying that they're gonna update it to add more creatures? Actually, that'd be sick. I'd love to see more, like, white lizards be replaced, because, you know. But, like, the base game map has some connectivity to it. You know, some regions, like, they really have a certain feel based on their place in the map. Like, Chimney and Sky Islands are way up in the sky. Subterranean is underground. Shaded is under Pebbles, and that's why it's dark. And then the whole climb from exterior through Pebbles to his chamber, like, that's like a whole journey. You know. But this is like, oh, you're in a desert, you go through a portal, oh, you're in, like, a cold area now. Oh, now you're underwater. Oh, now you're, like, in another desert, right? Which, like, it's not a huge problem, but it does make navigation more difficult. Because you kind of just need to memorize, like, the locations of portals and where they go and such. And I don't have a problem with white lizards specifically. I'm just using them as an example, as, like, a base game creature that we've already seen a lot of that is also in this DLC. A lot. I think what we can expect to see to happen pretty soon, I hope, please, very soon, they release a patch that just changes, like, a handful of, like, bugs and, like, you know, tweaks to, like, the barnacles. I think it's, like, a huge one. Please just, like, get rid of, like, half of them and then, like, make them run away more often. That's all that needs to be done. And then, like, make portals show up on the map. And then maybe in the next, like, 6 months for, like, the console release, maybe that's, like, a huge, like, you know, like, here's, like, 6 more creatures and, like, some, like a new ending or something like that. So I definitely think that in time this DLC will get to a state that's, like, that's really amazing. And that's nice. That's nice. more Rainworld in a new map is cool. Anyway, I'm talking for too long. I'll stream tomorrow. Hopefully, please, internet, just don't fall apart like this ever again, honestly. These were time in the oven. Yeah. And it's not the devs' fault. They did their best. They did what they could. Agrippara strikes again. They better not release another DLC in 2 years. We're not on that schedule, right? We don't need infinite rainbow content. Please just refine what we have for now, okay? All right. Thanks for watching. See ya.